Hello, and a very good evening, and welcome to this post show of the IPL 2023 opener between Gujarat Titans and Chennai Super Kings. Gujarat Titans maintaining their every cynical way we can say possible against Chennai Super Kings and continuing their momentum from the last season onwards. So we'll discuss it. We'll discuss the match. We'll discuss all the knocks. We'll discuss the impact player. I'm joined by Rajaraman sir. I'm joined by Bharat Ramaraj. And Raja sir, I'll start with you. It has to be a clinical performance, a professional outing for Gujarat Titans to start this IPL.
Yeah, terrific effort, but it did look like Chennai was clawing back. Thanks to
Hmm.
Vijay Shankar and that little cameo that he played, they were able to get that win. And of course, Tewatia getting a six in that last over. I think it is
Right.
important, but overall, a good performance. Even though I think Gujarat would have wanted their bowlers to do slightly better than they did, and in allowing Chennai to get away to 178.
True, very true. Bharat, Chennai Super Kings again faltering in their batting. I mean, Ruturaj played a sensational knock, but apart from Ruturaj, there was nobody. If we leave that MS Dhoni six out from that last over, I don't think any other batter really stood up and supported Ruturaj in today's game. I think Bharat is having some internet issues, so we'll get him back. But Rajaraman sir, I mean, yes, of course, Ruturaj Gaikwad stole the show with the bat. But apart from that, do you feel that Chennai Super Kings is the batting unit, especially the likes of Ambati Raidu, Shivam Dube was exposed today by the Gujarat Titans Pacers. Do you think these are some of the weak links in CSK's batting?
No, definitely. Chennai would have wanted to build on that. Rituraj gave
Yeah.
them a fantastic start, and they would have wanted to build on what he did, but they didn't have anybody staying at the wicket for long enough. But I think it is critical that Rashid bowled that wonderful spell, picked up Stokes. It was important. Also, Moin Ali falling the way he did. Uh, Chennai
Right.
would have liked the top order to score a little bit more and support Rituraj Gaikwad, but that didn't happen. I think you have to give credit to the Gujarat bowlers as well for having uh, picked up those wickets at critical intervals.
True. And Trisha Ghoshal also joins us. Trisha, your talking points of the match, of course, the show was stolen by Ruturaj Gaikwad and Shubman Gill, two of India's young batting sensations. But apart from that, any other talking points you picked up from the match?
Absolutely. I think, Chris Gill said something interesting in the commentary. He said, what Rituraj can do, Gill can do better. I don't know if it was better or worse, but of course it was very good to see. But I would like to ask Bharat, uh, is there anything that Rashid Khan cannot do? Because just before Rashid Khan, started hitting, hit that 6 and 4, Tewatia was actually struggling. Raja
I
sir,
Nah,
think
Bharat is still
please take it.
struggling.
I
I
think
think
Bharat is
Bharat
internet,
is still
frozen.
struggling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think internet has frozen Bharat, or maybe he got so excited by what he saw that frozen. But no, I think you're right. Rashid Khan, I discussed him with you in the show before the game. Like, everybody reads him well, but he comes up with something extra special when the team needs it. I think he's the trump card. There are good fast bowlers with the Gujarat side, but Rashid will be the go-to man for them because he has this knack of picking up wickets, and the way he did that today was outstanding.
Absolutely.
And we have to mention that snake shot of Rashid Khan that went for six as well. This is outrageous. What he does, he has done it in BBL. In BBL, he has come to bat at number five, number six as well, and has scored 40 of 18, 14 of 40 of 15. So I feel he's a really special player.
No, he's
Absolutely.
gifted. There is no doubt about that, Chubayan. Uh, what he
Mhm.
can do is incredibly good, and he's great fun to watch. I mean, he loves his cricket, and that radiates to the fans as well. And I think that's a very
Mhm.
special quality. There are many cricketers who play some outstanding cricket, but they're not able to communicate with the fans their emotions just as Rashid Khan does. I think it is one of the best parts of T20 cricket to see someone like him express himself so magnificently.
True.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Raja sir, do you think that the Gujarat bowling lineup is pace dependent a little more? I mean, apart from Rashid, quality spinner, do they lack quality spinner to back him up?
No, I think it is by choice. If you're going to be playing on the home ground at the Narendra Modi Stadium, and they can expect a fair bit of bounce. There was good bounce today. There was some movement as well. So it's only horses for courses. I think they picked their bowling attack well. They need to get their lines right to be able to pick up wickets and to be able to throttle the opposition. They need to be bowling better lines. I think they will do that sooner than later. This is going to be the attack with Rashid Khan being the lead spinner for them, and supporting the fast bowlers, especially in ensuring that they stick to the over rate, because that's a very dangerous thing today. Both sides must have invoked penalties from the match referee that we will get to hear maybe tomorrow morning. But both sides were pretty slow on the field with their over rate.
Yes, Shubhan.
Yeah, absolutely. But talking about Chennai Super Kings is batting, Raja sir and Trisha. Of course, I mean Ruturaj played a sensational knock. I have been repeating this. Moeen Ali started really well. Moeen Ali was smashing from the word go. But Raja sir, you have been with the Delhi Daredevils in past, and if a player like Ambati Rayudu, MS Dhoni, they don't play cricket all around the year. How tough is it to come to a quality league like IPL and just make runs for fun? It must be really tricky, and we saw about like how Ambati Rayudu was struggling in his short stay.
But we also saw Dhoni hit that super six, right? So Dhoni hasn't been playing any cricket, so he's special. Ambati Rayudu also is a good cricketer. Make no mistake
Right.
about it. He will score a few runs in IPL. It's a long season ahead, but I'm sure he will find the nick and then he will come back and score a few runs. But to me, really, the highlight was the choice of the impact player that Gujarat had. They dropped Kane Williamson. Can you imagine dropping Kane Williamson and
But
resting?
Kane did suffer a strong knee injury while fielding, so he was out after that.
If that is the reason, I might have missed it. If that is the reason, then it was a
Mhm.
great choice to bring the left-hander in, and he scored a few quick runs. The Tamil Nadu
Right,
opener, but it is
right,
very important to also find out how Tamil Nadu maybe goofed up with the choice of the fast bowler. Of course, Tushar had a bad day to begin with. Couple of overs went for 30 runs to begin with. I think it's critical that teams understand how to use the impact player and not just use them for the sake of using that. I could see Chennai struggling with that. Those runs that Tushar gave away in the first few overs, in the first couple of overs, I think that came
right.
back to haunt Chennai Super Kings in the end. Otherwise, it was a closer game than it seems to be at this point of time. When you look at the scorecard, it looks like Gujarat had a free run, but it is really a close game, and it might have been closer had Chennai got a better fast bowler to begin bowling alongside Deepak Chahar.
Fair
Absolutely.
point.
Um, Bharat, I mean, again, I think I had tweeted this as well that Gujarat kind of was forced to use their impact player because Kane Williamson was injured, but the injury doesn't seem great. At least that's what Gary Kirsten said. If the injury doesn't seem great, worries for Gujarat Titans in the very first match, much like Gujarat Giants suffered in WPL in the very first match.
Yes, that looked bad because Kane Williamson has had this injury problems, Achilles heel, other injuries as well. So yeah, this was a kind of freak kind of injury because he tried to save the six, and it so happened he landed badly on that knee. And yes, is the impact player whatever that turned out to be well for them. But Kane Williamson, yeah, that he's now 30 plus, so from his perspective as well, this doesn't look good at all. He could be out for quite a few months.
Hmm.
He has had hamstring, Achilles injury, and now this knee as well.
Bharat is really struggling with his internet, or is it me?
True.
It is hardly T20 style, I promise you. It seems more like Test match. for him. His internet seems more test match than T20.
Absolutely, it does. It does. Um, but Raja sir, CSK's bowling. Do you see a bit of a concern with who can open the bowling with Deepak Chahar?
Definitely, they have missed a bowler of Josh Hazlewood's class. See, they used to have Dwayne Bravo, who would pull things back. They don't have a bowler like that at the moment. And Jadeja, while he was effective in stopping the run flow, he's not the sort who's picking up wickets. They need a wicket-taking bowler. Uh, I don't know where they're going to find that wicket-taking bowler because they really desperately need someone to pick up the wickets in the middle overs, and they don't seem to have that. Their bowling seems a little weak. They had the opportunity to set that right at the auction, but they seem to have taken a step back and gone. They're lucky Deepak Chahar is back to peak fitness and is able to bowl as well as he did today. But they're definitely going to look around for a few bowlers and see if they've got them.
I think Rajaraman sir. I think when Mahesh Theekshana comes in, he will be a real crucial player for CSK. He can bowl in the power play, pick you wickets. He can bowl in the middle over and give you tight overs. He has been doing really well for Sri Lanka as well. But I was really personally, I was really impressed with how Rajvardhan Hangargekar bowled. It's not easy for a youngster to come in and bowl that well. He was clocking 140 plus. He picked up 3 wickets as well. So must be a really confident, much needed confidence booster for a youngster who has been out of action for some very wrong reasons.
No, no doubt about that. Wicket in the first over and a wicket again would have helped his confidence. But even he will concede that he picked up one wicket
Yeah.
with a nothing ball. Dhoni took a catch
True.
on the offside. It was really a nothing ball that he bowled. Um, yes, he's good, but as batters, I have to be politically correct as well. As batters will discover what he is all about, he will find it difficult. The first season, the
Right.
first few games, he might be bowling well. He will be a handful for some of the batters, but I think they will find him out sooner than later. That's the challenge for IPL batters, to be able to dissect a particular bowler and get on top of him. Same is the challenge for the bowler, to dissect batsmen and then try and get them out. But bowlers have very limited opportunity. And in 4 overs, with 24 deliveries, you got to make an impact. You got to pick up those wickets and then keep being useful for the side. He's going to be challenged
Yeah.
sooner than later, but he's impressive, no doubt about that. He's got a bit of a curious run up. Not
Mm.
very many bowlers have got those short strides that we got to see of him, but people will get used to him, and by the end of the season, most batters will be able to play him comfortably.
Right.
Rohan Chaudhary, Gujarat seemed a much balanced side. Bharat, will you be able to take it? I mean, I know you know the answer to it, but I was talking about your internet.
I can see him smiling.
Hey, I guess you can hear now.
Yeah.
I guess you can hear now. Yeah. In
Yes,
these
yes.
conditions, obviously, Gujarat definitely. In these conditions, at least you can definitely say Gujarat had a better balanced side. If you look at how the pitch played, there was even bounce. So in that sense, Gujarat's ballers hit the splice of the bat a lot higher than the CSK's ballers. Only one bowler who came closer to that was Hangargekar only. He was the one who was able to hit high up on splice. But other than that, Gujarat's bowlers, first of all, were better. And obviously, even if you look at their batting lineup, I know CSK have a long batting lineup, but overall balance, I would give it to GT only in this sense, because at least in these conditions, they definitely had a better balance because of their seamers who were able to hit the pitch harder.
I think, Raja said, that's what makes this home and away very interesting. Because then the whole team selection and everything that your thought process in in during the auction actually gets used properly.
Most teams try and build a side for their home pitches, but look at Chennai, which is now sometimes can be seen as a slower track than what we got to see today, the Chepauk track. They're going to be struggling with this kind of a bowling lineup, except that the bowlers can make it difficult to score runs. You have to find the pace to score runs of some of these bowlers. But I think it is impressive that Gujarat, with its balance, has been able to paper over the failure of Hardik Pandya. Right now, Hardik did not contribute with the bat. I think he slowed things down a little bit. He didn't contribute with the bat. He didn't have a good time with the ball either. So for a side to be winning despite the captain not being able to perform his 100%, and then as Bharat pointed out, to have that balance, I think it's incredibly good. They've started on a good note. Started with winning the toss and getting the squad right, the combination right, and then being able to stop Chennai from getting to 180. You had asked me, Trisha,
Right.
what would be a good score on the track, and I took a blind shot. 180 it was, and 180 was a fun score, and it set up a very good match for all of us.
Absolutely. Another last ball, it set up a almost last over thriller. I think had Rashid not played that boundary and six, it would have it could have actually got very, very close. Shubhan.
No doubt about that. There's no
Right.
doubt about
Right, but how special is Shubman Gill? I was switching between all the languages when Shubman was batting on the commentary feed, and everyone starting from Bhojpuri to Bangla to I don't understand Tamil and Telugu, but they were saying Shubman, so I must assume that they were praising this guy. But how good is he? Bharat, you want to pitch on Shubman Gill and his special ability to play all over the field. I mean, technically correct shots. It looks beautiful, cracking sound of the bat, and a God-gifted talent it seems.
Yeah, he's a bit like Gaikwad only in terms of technique. If you look at this game, very much based on balance and economy of movement. So if it is a little bit short, he will play off the back foot. If it is a little bit fuller, he will go forward just enough. He's the kind of player who won't go back too much or won't go forward too much. So very much based on economy of movement, and when it comes off, it looks really really good. Such kind of a game because it's based on timing and placement, and also obviously he has developed his power game as well. Yeah, he's definitely in his zone and playing with a royal flourish.
Subhain, I'm among those
Right.
who believe that even commentators should zip up and just watch and let the viewer enjoy Shubman Gill's
So true.
batting, because I'll be very
Absolutely.
honest, sometimes comes as a distraction because there is an expert telling you something beautiful, but there is something
Mhm.
even more beautiful happening on your screen. So you would rather
Right.
watch that. I believe that if you can't add to what is happening on the screen, just sit back and enjoy. And like I watch sometimes on mute, because that is when, of course, I miss the sound of the bat that you just described, the cracking sound, especially when he's playing the pull, and that six that he
Oh,
hit of Jadeja. I would have loved to hear the sound of the bat making contact with the ball. But unfortunately, because you want to enjoy the emotion that he is transmitting to you through his batting, you just go on mute and sometimes derive pleasure in just watching the man bat.
as one of the former Australian cricketers said, I'm forgetting the name who was on the commentary box during the Gaba test. He played one short arm jab, that pull shot which he plays generally loves to play, and he said just during the highlights he said just watch him bat. He's special. Just watch him bat. And Shubman Gill. I mean, I've been saying this for a long now that once Virat Kohli is done, Shubman Gill is going to dominate. He has already started to dominate in international cricket. So it's going to be a special watch for all of us as journalists, as fan of the sport. Watching Shubman Gill is an absolute delight. But at the same time, one question about Hardik Pandya's captaincy, how he used his resources. He bought in Alzari Joseph when Shivam Dube was batting, peppered him with those short deliveries, didn't allow him to free his arms. Rajaraman sir, Hardik Pandya as a captain, of course, his comeback has been special from that UAE T20 World Cup. But as a captain, how much has he evolved in this short period of time?
So I was speaking to Ashish Nehra and to Ashish Kapoor, two very critical people in the Gujarat side, the backroom boys. And both have been
Mhm.
speaking very highly of him as a committed lad, as somebody who is able to articulate his thoughts very well and draw the best out of his team. What more can any
Mhm.
side ask from its captain? When you assign roles and you're able to give them the freedom to express themselves as Hardik Pandya did, and Alzari Joseph would have known that he's going to come and bowl at a particular batsman,
Right,
Shivam, and so
right.
he did his job. And I think when a captain is able to draw the best out of each of his teammates, he's doing a fabulous job. And I think he's one of
Yeah.
the better leaders. I don't think very many of us who write on
Mhm.
cricket, talk on cricket, would have seen this skill. So credit to the two Ashishes, Nehra and to Kapoor, for having groomed this lad as a captain and given him the freedom to express himself as captain.
Yeah,
Right,
Shubhan,
absolutely right. Yes,
I
sir. Yeah.
noticed something interesting on the field. I think when the CSK openers were taking quick singles, and
Mhm.
I think it was Alzari Joseph who was in the mid-off region, and mid-off or mid-on region, and Hardik was on the
Mhm.
other side, and he missed one of these runouts, and
Right.
immediately Hardik was talking to him about the technique in which he should charge towards the ball without really getting frustrated or irritated, because he has this attacking mentality, Hardik, but
Mhm.
as a captain he is rather calm, you know, and
Right.
talking to the youngsters, in telling them how to, just walk in quietly. He was just explaining that it was very good to see someone that involved, and trying to lead, and trying to
Mhm.
back the youngsters, you know.
Oh, that's why right now he's been tipped as one of the finest brains in Indian cricket. He has molded his game. He has understood. He has played under different captains: Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, now MS Dhoni in the past, and now he's leading the side as well. So credit to him, how he has evolved as a captain, as a leader of the group. For myself, I did never imagine Hardik Pandya being that shrewd of a mind on the field. But credit to him, he has proved everyone wrong. He has shut his critics down, as we say.
Absolutely. From one Pandya to another Pandya, and when I'm talking about it, we are coming towards the end of the post show for today. But of course, tomorrow is a double header, the first of 18 double headers, I think, we have this
Yes,
time round.
yes,
Thursdays are
18
also, some
degrees.
of the Thursdays are also double headers, apart from Saturday and
Right.
Sunday. So tomorrow, 1st of April, we are not making anyone April Fool. It's actually, there are two matches. It's Punjab Kings versus Kolkata Knight Riders at Punjab's home venue, which is Mohali, and Lucknow Super Giants versus Delhi Capitals, again at Lucknow's home venue at Lucknow. From Hardik Pandya to Krunal Pandya, from Hardik Pandya to Hardik Pandya's very good friend KL Rahul. Lots to look out for, and I think lots to talk about, Shrivan, about tomorrow's match.
Oh, absolutely. First match, Punjab Kings versus KKR. This will be Chandrakant Pandit's test. He has done wonders in domestic circuit with Vidarbha, with Madhya Pradesh, and now it's his big test in IPL. Can he pull something magical? I have been very critical of this KKR side, more so after Shreyas Iyer got injured. But let's see what Chandrakant Pandit has in his pocket. Will his Midas touch work in IPL? Looks very tough, but
Sir
A
wants
you
to
coach,
can
add
never say
something.
never.
coach
Rajaraman sir wants to add something.
a coach is not going to play for the cricketers, right? So
Right.
while Chandu Pandit has got magic, he's got Ranji Trophy behind him. It's going to be tough, but it's unfair also to put so much pressure on Chandu Pandit, because while
Right.
he might be a very good man manager, good tactician, you're going to need the ammunition, and so he will be hoping that someone called Ray Russ will be the key man and will make things happen for KKR this season.
Right. Right.
I think all of us
Absolutely
will
right.
hope for a good match. And like Shubhayan kept insisting during WPL, why not a super over maybe? Well,
Not
he didn't
during
get to.
IPL. They are stretching it to 3.5 hours, 4 hours without super overs. Imagine a super over. It will go past midnights.
Kolkata's match is the first one, so it can there can be a
No,
super
no,
over.
he's got to come back and do his shows here. We can't afford to have heart issues watching a super over with Kolkata
True.
involved and Dubai watching.
But the good thing is, but the good thing is, KKR's match is in the afternoon, so I think we'll come up after the second match for the post show. So we'll have some time for a breather. High demands for super over. Ref Sports is commenting, so I guess that is our producer Swapnil commenting from his
He must
from
have
our
forgotten
official
to change.
account.
Yeah, he
Notorious
forgot to
guy.
change that Gmail. He's commenting from our account only. Uh,
Absolutely, and then again to end Trisha, I guess KL Rahul will again trend tomorrow for this time for good reasons. I think he'll have a big season.
Absolutely. Let's hope. And it would be good for him if he has a
Yeah.
good season because he needs it badly. Thank you, Rajaraman sir, for joining. Thank you, Bharat, for joining. And I know because I have made the roster that you are going to join us tomorrow as well. And you guys join us too. I haven't made your rosters, but I'm sure you will reserve your time for Rev Sports. Just to let our viewers know, we will be having one pre-show at 3 a.m. before the first match for both the matches, and one post-show at the end of both the matches. So keep watching Rev Sports. But before you go to 3 p.m. and watch the pre-show, they're teeing off with Rev Sports. Watch Rohan Chaudhary bringing you all the news from across the sports world. Thank you again, Shubhayan, Raja sir, and Bharat, and good night, everyone.
Night.